What's up, guys? I'm back. Like I never left. In this video, we're going to be talking about a new merging company. We're also going to go over an electric vehicle company that is making significant progress right now. We're going to go over exactly what is the potential for this company. We have an interview with the CEO answering some really tough questions. I've been getting a lot of questions about this company too, so we're going to go over exactly what is the potential for these two companies and what is the expected price action that can happen to these massive moves that's been happening with the SPAC companies that are going to be going public. We're going to be talking about exactly what to expect, what to do, and how to prepare. So make sure you stay tuned. Now let's get right into the video. Before we get into the video, I appreciate if you can hit the like button. If you have any questions, any comments, make sure you drop in the comment section below. So this is going to be the company that we're going to be talking about later on. But first, I'm going to be talking about FSR. So FSR Stock is a company that did a SPAC, basically did a reverse merger and went public. And today this stock went up significantly to the upside. And we're going to go over exactly what is the potential of this company. And later on, we're going to hear from the CEO, getting asked really tough questions and responding and giving answers to those tough questions. We're going to go over that video pretty soon. But the main news that came out, Citi initiated coverage with the bull rating, with the buy, with their price target of $26. So as you'll know, this company did a SPAC merger and went public. And this is exactly the price action we're seeing right now with other companies like Arrival and also the other company that I'm going to be talking about, which is going to be Newborn Acquisitions. We're going to talk about later on. But this is the exact price action that happens to all these SPACs when you get to see this major spike of volatility and the stock just shoots up all the way up, to 50, to 20, to 40 to 60%, and then just drops all the way down. So this is a similar kind of price action that we might see for these other companies like Arrival and NBAC too. So we have to be super careful. And we're also going to be going over what could potentially happen to these other SPACs in the near future. So we're going to be looking at FSR, of course, as an example, which is ticker symbol FSR. So after the news got digested over here, you get to see that we start to sell off and slowly start to come down until we found support area, which is right around over here, right in the middle where the stock price shot up. So we'll find support right around over here. Now we're going to be in the waiting phase. We're gonna wait like, okay, when is going to be the merger day coming pretty soon, or what's going to be the next move for this company, and etc. So this is going to be the waiting phase. So for Arrival, for Newborn, other companies, this is going to be the waiting phase right now that could potentially happen because these companies are really not that big. So this is a similar way that you'll be able to see the price action happening. So when you look at exactly for FSR, the stock went up, almost retested some of the highs over here. But we also went through this massive sell-off that happened, the past few months, especially when we're getting close to elections and things like that. There's a lot of uncertainty in these stocks. These companies sold off at the downside. And after the merger happens, the ticker symbol change and things like that, the stock recovered a little bit. And then now it started getting more coverage. And when you see this huge, massive volume, you get to see even when other companies are selling out to the downside in the EV space, this stock definitely performed very well. So it went through all of this uncertainty over here. One is going to be the merger day and this huge dip that happened over here. And now it's breaking out. So now let's hear from the CEO of this company talking about, when Jim Cramer was asking him a tough question about, is this the next Nikola Motor stock? They're going to be going into production pretty late in Q4 2022. So that is really far out. So he's been asking this very, very important questions before he started getting involved in this company. So let's check out that video.
And Henry, tell us why we should even care about a company that has no real vehicle that comes into 2022, makes no money whatsoever, and frankly, a lot of people say is air.
Hey, good morning. Good to see you again. The reason I think this is so exciting is because, the EV market is developing. There's only less than 2 million EVs sold globally, but the total market is 80 million. Now, we are seeing a slow uptake right now, but in 22, 23 is when it's going to explode, when you're really going to see the EV market coming together and accelerate. And because of that, we are obviously out now starting developing a vehicle. It takes 2-3 years to develop a vehicle. So it's really a matter of whether somebody wants to come in along for the ride from the beginning with us. And I think a lot of people do. And we are obviously being very transparent about what we are doing. We have milestones. We have our first milestones already on the 15th of November. We have already built prototypes of the vehicle, and we'll show our final vehicle already next year in May at the Los Angeles Auto Show. So I think it's a very exciting time, and we are kind of the fifth car company in America that's public, after Tesla. So there's really only 2 electric car companies here in the U.S. that are public, which is, I think, pretty exciting.
All right, so what do you really get if you buy? Who is building beautiful cars that are then outsourced to Magna? Do we get a concept company that is basically going to make us love something that may or may not come in 2022? What do we get with Fisker, or do we just get you?
Well, no, of course not. We have hired an amazing team. I think you should look at us a little bit more like Apple and Foxconn. Apple don't make their own phones, but they have a great operating system. They got a great phone and software design. And that's what we are focusing on. We are really focusing on creating the future of a car company. We are a digital car company, meaning we do everything via our app or via our website. So it's a whole new consumer experience. We're asset light because I don't need to prove that I can make a car better than Toyota. That's why we are together with Magna, which is the third world's largest supplier. And, they know how to build cars. They build, Mercedes, BMW, Toyotas, and they will build as a high quality car. You know how difficult it is. You've seen it, how difficult it is to get a car into production. And why should we go through all this pain if we can get in a car into production end of 22, high quality, ramp up to 50,000 vehicles the first year and be cash flow positive? That's a totally different business model than anybody else have out there.
Mr. Fisker, I can understand why you'd want to compare yourself to Tesla, but others out there may see some comparisons to Nikola, which, of course, is more focused on trucks and hydrogen stations, but did come public through a SPAC, has a charismatic or had a charismatic leader. He's no longer leading the company. What do you say to those who say, as Jim indicated, you're nothing more than a plan at this point, and you've been around for a while. It's not as though Fisker Automotive, you were founded in 2000, had the hybrid Fisker Karma, which didn't work at that point. What do you say to those who, just wonder basically whether you are going to be another Nikola?
Well, first of all, Nikola, I think, is making trucks, as you said. And secondly, we have already built drivable prototypes that we have shown. We have done an amazing deal with Magna, which now will take a 6% stake in Fisker, and they've produced already millions of vehicles. So I think we have a complete different business model here. We are concentrating on software, on design, on the customer experience. And that's really what the difference here is. Now, obviously, it takes 2 to 3 years to make a car. And this is just reality. And you can't make it any quicker than that because you've got to go through all kind of certification, engineering, long lead tooling. And the interesting thing with us is that we have gone out and raised $1 billion, which is more than enough to get the Fisker Ocean to production. So we are not like the other startup companies that need to go out and do multiple rounds before they can get a vehicle into production. So far, we have hit all our milestones. Yes, I launched the Fisker Karma back in 2011, about 1.5 years before the Model S came out from Tesla. So those were the early days with, battery systems that had issues, etc. Today, we are looking at a new type of world where you got giant battery companies with proven battery technology that, by the way, everybody's using, including Tesla. They're using Panasonic. We are using from some of the other ones, and all the cells are pretty similar. So I think the fight in the future is going to be about affordability, creating a great product and a great customer experience. And that's really the key here, a different customer experience. We have a flexible lease where you can give back the car anytime. So I think we're going to set some whole new trend here with our company.
As you saw from the video, so if you like this company, of course, we talked about it when initially this huge, massive news came out, right? So if you got involved in it, you went through, if you hold it through all of this ups and downs, that is really great. Now you're definitely going to get paid pretty good. You're not going to be up that much, but however, for holding through all of this volatility is kind of painful. That's the downside of just like holding it, not just getting in and getting out quickly, without really discovering the potential for this company for the future. But now it seems like it's getting more and more attention for big institutional investors to come in and get involved with it, and some major banks also coming in and paying attention to it. That is a great sign for this potential for the future. So definitely keep it on your watch list. Keep an eye on it, of course. And if you're somebody that got in it, of course, when it was breaking down to the downside, that is really fantastic. Now's the time, if you want to sell, lock in profits, or, set a stop loss and things like that. This is a great opportunity to do that. So now let's talk about the other company, So this is going to be another company which is associated with electric vehicles. This is going to be a company that's going to be competing with Blink and also Switchback, So you have to definitely keep an eye on it right now. As you can see, this stock is just like what we talked about in the price action of Fisker and any other of this massive, huge SPAC companies, the first few days, it's just going to be like this, So the most important thing, if you don't want to get involved in it like early, right when you get the news, and then maybe you sell half and things like that, buying it at the top, you never know when the next pullback is going to be, and if you got caught like buying it at the top, it's going to be really painful just holding for the stock to recover all the way to the highs. But of course, the stock can continues to go up and up and up. So that is the good thing about it. But if you have to do more research about this company and really have faith in this company before you just chase and buy it at this current moment, So if you have any questions, any comments, make sure you drop in the comment section below. And happy Thanksgiving. If you want to join the Discord, get 4 free stocks for Webull, or support the channel on Patreon, or like the video, I would really, really appreciate it. And of course, tomorrow the stock market is closed, and also on Friday we only gonna have a few hours. The market is only gonna open for till like 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so definitely pay attention to that too. But I catch you guys on tomorrow's video. Have a wonderful day.